The following program is brought to you in part by Time Warner Cable and the Madison County School System. Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now. This sports programming is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond. Luxury Pet Service in Richmond. Jack Burford Chevrolet. Faith Created Assembly of God Church. ScenicCabin.com. Linville Insurance. Time Warner Cable. Madison County Schools. Richmond Tourism. ProSigns. CSEP. First Gear. And Rosenbaum Communications.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.
Welcome to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. Welcome to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. I'm Samantha Burford, here with the Madison Southern. Do we want to say Lady Eagles?
Lady Eagles.
Lady Eagles. I am with their head coach, Summer Simmons. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
I wasn't for sure if we should say Eagles or if the proper terminology is Lady Eagles.
We're the Lady Eagles. We're the Lady Eagles. We've adopted a nickname this year. I don't know if it's going to stick or not. We say that we're the Weagles because it's about the team, and so we say that a lot. And it makes the girls giggle, and
Well, I could have looked at your shirt.
Yeah.
Right there. See, we should have just started over.
Yeah.
I should have looked at your shirt.
Right.
But, I mean, when the cheerleaders are out there and everything, they always say Eagles and different things. But, I wanted to make sure that we are proper. Like we talked about all the Title IX stuff. We got to make sure that the girls get the proper terminology and all the right and accurate information.
Right.
So let's just start off with some of your history and talk about that, and then we'll move into the season.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm originally from Lincoln County. I moved and went to high school at Anderson County. I played basketball there. They're doing really well in the past couple of years.
Yes.
They're ranked number 1 in the state. Well, they weren't that when I was there, but it's kind of cool to be a part of that.
Yes.
And then I went to school at St. Catherine College and played there 2 years and graduated.
And what position did you play there?
Well, I
Many?
I was a versatile player. It just depends on the personnel that they had. when I got there, I was a guard, a shooting guard, but they lost their post player, and I'm a tall guard, so I kind of got thrown into the post every now and again. And so when I graduated there, I went to Berea College and played for Bunkie Harker Road, and he told me if I ever got in the lane again that I'd be ran to death. So it was my job to cut through the lane and don't stop and shoot my threes, and I did. And we had a really good 3 or 4 seasons there. Starting when I was a senior, we went to a new style of play. We shot a bunch of threes and played quick defense and scored 100 points a game. So that was that was cool. We went to then I was an assistant coach my 5th year there after I had no more eligibility left, and so it was just a neat experience. We got to go to the national tournament 3 times. So and we had never done that at Berea College. So
how did you fundraise to get there?
Well, I mean, our president at the time was very supportive, so
great.
They funded a lot of stuff, and so it was in Iowa. So one time we flew, one time we took a charter bus, and
that wasn't fun.
No, well, it was like 12-hour drive, but
it's on a bus,
right? But I was, a coach at that time, and so that was just a neat experience. And that was my first coaching experience at Berea College, and it was neat to learn that system. And so after Bunkie Harker Road left there, he went to Glenville State in West Virginia, and I took over the middle school job at Foley, where I first met all of these girls that I'm playing with now. And so I coached them their 8th grade year, and they went undefeated and 20-0. So they were used to winning,
in middle school.
Yes, and it was it helped me with my confidence. And then I was a freshman coach at Southern that year as well, and then took over the head job then. And it's been a roller coaster.
How many years ago has that been?
This is my 4th year.
4th year
as head coach.
Okay. Comes to say, because it hasn't been too many.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite? I mean, you gotta like head coach the best. I'm sure.
Yeah. You got all the power. No, I mean all of it's a learning experience, and all of it's beneficial. I mean, the way we played and I coached at Berea College was kind of the way I wanted to play here, but you got to learn what what your players are capable of and what's the best way to play, and it's just been a learning experience. And every year I learn. I mean, I think I've got this under control, and I think I know just about everything there is to know about basketball, and every game just throws something new at you.
Changes.
So,
do you find that the young women that you are, you said you had them at Foley.
Yeah.
Do they play the same, or are they different?
Oh,
they've grown.
They have grown. They know how to focus. I mean, their abilities have changed, and they've all gotten better. And it is special when you get to play with kids that long.
Yes.
And get to coach kids that long, because you know them, they know you, they know each other.
Yeah.
The chemistry's great, so it's a good thing.
You guys do really seem to have a team that gets along really well, and we said that with the men's interview earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that in their style of play. They really like one another.
Yeah, and like I said, they've been playing together so long that it helps, but we do really have good chemistry. Now, they're girls.
Yes.
And and some girls can be, we've got a little dramatic spells every now and again, but, we fight through them, and ultimately these girls play for each other and play for the common goal, which is to win, and so it's a good thing.
Yeah. Do you find that, like, social media or any of, do you find that comes into play? Do they ever get on there and talk trash to the other teams or about the other player? I mean, that has to be an added, something that, used to not happen.
We addressed it this year. This is the first year we've really addressed it, because it hadn't been an issue in the past. I just know it's more prevalent now.
Yes.
And I know that, in the soccer season, like the beginning of this year, before our season even started, I hear other coaches, like the football coaches and the soccer coaches, telling me about all the Twitter and all of the trash talking going between, our district rivals and stuff. And so we kind of tried to nip that in the butt at the beginning. And
that's very smart.
We've got some coaches that monitor the Twitter accounts and the Facebook.
All right.
So it's been.
And they know. Yeah. They know if they post something that somebody's going to see.
Right. Now, I can't monitor the 7 other Twitter accounts they have on the site, but, we try to do our best. So, and I know we've got good girls. So.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good. Everything changes, and, there's always something else. You think you know it all, and then it changes, right?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly
sure you find that.
It's like raising a child.
Yes.
If they can do one thing, something else happens because of it. So.
Yes, and it just may be the very next day. You never know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this season. What are your thoughts on this season?
I'm ecstatic about this season.
Yeah.
We're 15-5. I'm not 100% sure about this because we're still kind of digging into the records, and but I think we've tied with the most wins of any girls' season at Southern so far, and I could be wrong. So I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
We're just gonna claim it.
We're still digging into the records because girls basketball at Southern hasn't always been our strong suit, but I mean we appreciate everybody that's come before us, and we always talk about that, and we're just proud to be representing that program.
Well, and you have good fan support too.
Oh yeah, it's getting better every game.
They're there. The band's there. The cheerleaders are there. I mean, you go to some of these girls' games in some of these other counties, and nobody's there. So when you come to your all's games, it's pretty exciting to see that much people supporting girls basketball.
Right. It is. It's just, we have said that all along. We said, people want to watch you, but they want to watch you. They just want to watch your effort.
Right.
They, if you give the effort, they don't care if you win or lose. They want to see a good game. They want to see girls that are trying to do the right thing and just making the game interesting and fun.
Right.
And so I can't thank everyone enough who come out and watch us every time, and they ask me in the hallways, when's the next game? And it's just a fun thing.
That's good.
It's awesome right now.
Yeah. So you're excited about the season. Are there any games, any plays, anything specific that stand out in your mind for this season that you've just really enjoyed?
Well, I mean, all of the games have their strong suits. All of the games have, parts where I was really frustrated. The girls were frustrated. I think last night was pretty special. We beat Lexington Catholic. Yeah. Probably one of the biggest games in our program history to get. Lexington Catholic's got a good team this year. I know that their strength of schedule is a little more than ours, but we at the halftime it was 30-11. So I'm going to the locker room thinking, okay, what do I say? I mean, I want to stay out of their way. Yeah. Because they're doing the right things, and it's just that was a special game. Of course, we look forward to playing Central. I mean, it's our
rivalry
for us, and
yes.
Yeah, and I mean, we play, I think in the back of our minds, we play every day and practice every day for that game. So it'll be fun.
Get them prepared. Mm-hmm. Well, going back to the Lexington teams, everybody knows that, it is something special to beat a Lexington team. They're not easy. They've got a lot of talented kids and a big teams. I mean, usually pretty deep. Right. So to beat a Lexington team, that's always special.
Right. Yeah, we've played Bryan Station this year, and we beat them. And that was, I'm not discounting them. That was a big win as well. Right. And we've beat Berea and Model. So I feel good about what we're taking into the postseason. Right. So. And
they just had the drawing for that.
Yes.
So you guys are playing Berea.
Yes.
You excited about that?
Yeah, but just like Coach Buttrey said, it's kind of a 0-0 situation.
Right.
We call it our. Really our third season.
Yeah.
You got your preseason, you got your regular season, and it's our third season, and everybody's 0-0. So
yeah.
And the biggest game of the year is that first district game. If you don't get past that, you don't go anywhere.
Done.
So we've got to be prepared. I know that they've got a new coach, and she's got them playing hard, and they've got some key players. So we just have to do our best. Be prepared.
Now, do you have your assistant coaches, or do you guys go and sit at the other games and watch the other teams? I mean, you don't just get the scouting reports and the videos, but you actually go.
No, we have been going to games. One of my assistant coaches, she's been to a lot of the Lexington school games, and we've gotten some really good scouting reports this year. With just us evolving each year, we feel more pressure to be more prepared each game.
Right.
And so we've been scouting every game we can, and media has helped out a lot because you guys post games on, and IHI has games, and so we're fortunate to live, or kind of be in this region because we don't have to go to the game to see it. Actually, we can watch 3 or 4 games right at our home.
Yeah, you can go on our website on MadisonCountySchoolSports.com, and if the Central girls have played a team that you guys are coming up playing, you can watch that.
Yes,
so.
we watch your all's channel a lot. It
helps
us out.
Good. That's good. Well, you know what? That's what we're here for. Yeah. And we hope it helps. We hope that it creates more fans for Central and Southern. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's all about. Last night we even shot the Trinity Central game live, and that was a lot of fun. I mean,
I'm sure.
Especially to do it live.
You've got a fun job, I'm sure.
Yes.
Sometimes I give you the scowl when you come to me at halftime, and I don't mean to, but I'm just trying to think of what's going to come in this locker room, what I want to say.
Well, and that's just it. But you are not the only coach that does that. When I interview Coach Cooksey or Coach Feldhouse or Coach Buttrey, when I'm when the buzzer goes, you know, I never know what I'm going to get. And I can always tell that you guys are deep in thought of what am I going to say, what are our coaches going to say, and what are our plans for the second half. So I appreciate you always taking the time to talk to us, give us that halftime interview, and you are always the nicest.
Well, I don't know about that, but I try to be. Well, I appreciate you guys doing it.
I can give the guys a hard time. You're the only female, so we got to stick together in there, right? Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some of your players, some of your seniors, and we'll get more into basketball.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back with more on MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
This sports programming is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond, Luxury Pet Service in Richmond, Jack Burford Chevrolet, Faith Created Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Linville Insurance, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, Richmond Tourism, Pro Signs, CSEP, First Gear, and Rosenbaum Communications.
Welcome back to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. I'm Samantha Burford, and let's just get right back into talking about the girls. That's always the best subject. They want to talk about. They want to hear about.
They want to hear about themselves.
Girls basketball. They don't get as much. Let's just say they don't get as much recognition as some of football players or the men's basketball players. So let's just let's give them some shout outs.
Yeah, I think that's one of the benefits of me being a girl, and have been, I've played girls basketball, and I've seen the empty gyms when you play and you're thinking, we're 20-2, why is no one here?
Yes.
But the girls are great. We have one senior, and we've got 5 juniors, we've got 3 sophomores, and the rest, we've got 9 freshmen, and I hope that stays.
Wow.
Yeah. 9 freshmen. We've got an 8th grader and 2 6th graders. That's our total team. So.
Right.
So, we've got an array of emotions, an array of
and there's a big
level.
mental difference between the senior and the 6th graders.
Oh yeah,
that's very big.
There is a mental difference. There's a maturity level there, but I'm really pleased with our young ones and the maturity level they've brought to the floor, because they're all about winning. Yeah. And they're mature. Yeah. I'm really pleased. They've been giving us lots of good JV minutes.
Do you ever have to say to the older girls, well, now listen, let's watch our mouths, or let's, because we've got 6th graders on the team, let's remember we're a wide variety of ages here.
Well, you need to ask my senior that when she gets up here, because I'm not in the locker room all the time, but I do think that we have a good group of girls, and I think that they're aware of that.
Yeah.
That's something we talked about at the beginning of the year. We do have young girls in the room, and
it's not like they probably haven't heard some of it, but
Right. No, I think that our older girls are good leaders.
Yeah.
In that aspect.
Well, let's just talk about the seniors. So you've got one.
Mm-hmm.
And
her name's Kelle Scott. She has been playing varsity basketball since 7th grade.
We looked at her for a head nod. Yes.
And she is, I tell her this all the time, she's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever coached. She knows the game in and out. Yeah. She watches basketball all the time. And she is a coach on the floor and on the sideline. She's aware of everything that goes on, and sometimes she gives us suggestions, and it's good. She's very smart.
Right.
Yes.
That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to miss her next year.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So overall, she's got to be your leader on the team then.
She is. She is one of the leaders. She does the small things like getting the girls ready before games, getting them focused. She does things like let's meet and eat before a game, and sometimes at 7:30 in the morning, and sometimes they're like, we're tired, let's just go sleep and just come to school. Yeah. But it's important that she, puts herself out there and says, let's do these things as a team, so that we've got the good chemistry.
Well, and I think that's a nice recruiting tool too, because you see some of these, some of these younger, maybe middle schoolers that say, okay, look, these girls all get along, it's a good team, I want to be a part of that.
Yes, it starts from the top. Yeah. And it starts from the coaches and then to the older players. And I've told them all along, as long as they set a good example, and they put their effort out there every
Right.
day, and they're talking on defense, and they're doing the right small things,
Yes.
that our program will be good from here on out.
Yes.
Because it will filter down, and they've done a good job of that.
Now, and I think another important question to ask, we all love Kentucky basketball, and in the last few years, girls Kentucky basketball has
Yeah.
become a lot more popular in our state.
Right.
Do you think that has anything to do with even girls high school basketball?
Oh, I just think it's good for girls basketball in general. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, as a tradition, University of Tennessee's always been kind of the thing.
Yes.
That is Kelle Scott's favorite team. But I just think
Wearing the
it's-
orange. She likes that orange.
She does. We fight about it. But you know, it's just good. I mean, that they get on TV and our girls watch it. Our girls want to go to a game. We got to go to a game a couple years ago. We were going to try to go to a game this year, but we had a game on that day.
Okay.
And it's just, I mean, that's important for our girls to get to
Yes.
watch basketball as well as play it.
Right.
So,
Now, with all the snow, have you guys missed a lot of games?
yeah. Well, no, we had one canceled due to snow.
Okay.
We got to make it up though. There was a time there when we didn't go to school for a whole week, and it was
Yes.
just difficult to get. You know, we've got a lot of drivers on our team now since the girls have gotten older.
Yes.
So they drive, and so it's kind of a thing where I want to make sure they're safe before they come to practice.
Yes.
But we did get to practice
On the
most
snow days?
Most days, yes.
Okay.
As
As long as it's safe for them to get
right,
there.
as long as
Yeah.
it's safe. And so there was a span of a week that we didn't get to play, and we come back and play Rock Castle, and I don't feel like we played our best game, but off a week and snow days and just not
Yes.
being in routine, and
That
Rock
makes a
Castle-
difference, doesn't it? It
Right,
really
right.
does.
And it's the first time we'd played Rock Castle in many, many years, and
Yeah,
Rock
they're
Castle's
always
coach
good.
is phenomenal. I love her; she's a mentor of mine. But we've had games where we've practice, game, practice, and
Yeah.
and over Christmas break is always difficult. Tournament games are hard because
Yes, you guys
don't-
played in the Berea
Yes,
tournament,
yes.
correct?
We lost that first round game by one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a heartbreaker for us, and that put us in the losers bracket. And so it was
Yeah.
kind of like you can't
It's
fight your way
disappointing.
out of it. But at the same time, we won all three of the next games.
Right.
So it was a good tournament. But tournaments are always hard because you can't practice. Like you have a bad
Yes.
game and you can't go fix it in practice, fix the things that went wrong.
Yeah.
So tournaments are always a difficult thing. But I thought we've gained some confidence over tournaments this year.
Yeah, well, and it's hard. You guys play so many games. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's hard to balance the homework, the practice,
Mm-hmm.
and all the games. It's a busy season.
Yes, and the girls do a wonderful job. I check grades every Thursday. I think if I would have to guess, I would say as a team we have a 3.5 or
How
higher.
incredible is that?
It's ridiculous.
They're not only athletic and
Yeah.
beautiful women, but they're smart.
yeah, and most of them are taking huge AP loads, and
Yes.
and,
It's not
just-
easy.
it's crazy.
And I
So
think one
proud
of the
of them for that.
benefits to being a student athlete is they're learning some very time management skills.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
wow, that they really have to,
Yeah,
and
well,
that will help them. And you're teaching, your whole coaching staff is teaching them skills that they're going to take with them in life.
Yeah. I stress to them all the time. I feel like I'm a hard worker by nature, but basketball has given me so many opportunities.
Yes.
Throughout my whole life, I've traveled because of basketball. I've gotten a teaching job because it helped to be a basketball coach at the time.
Yes.
And I said you may not play basketball the rest of your life, but it can give you opportunities if you let it. So.
Yes. Well, that's great. Girl to girl, we were talking earlier. Do you find it, at Southern, you've got your football coach and, your Coach Buttrey, we were teasing with him a minute ago. You got a lot of male coaches. Do you find it awkward being the one female coach?
No.
Do they give you a hard time?
They do, but I give it right back.
That's good.
Yeah, I
Especially to
don't put
Coach
up-
Clark. Give it to
Yeah, I
him.
don't put up with that a lot.
We love him. He's,
Yeah.
we've had his coaches show, for
Right.
several years now, and he's always a good sport.
Right.
But, we
Well,
give it back to him, too.
Yeah, well, with just the success that the football coaches and the football players have brought to Southern.
Yes.
It's kind of it feeds through all the programs.
Yes.
It's just exciting
Yeah,
to be
you're
a
getting a
part
lot
of
of
Southern
media
right
attention.
now. Yeah, it's just exciting, and the basketball team's always competitive, and
Yeah.
their coaches do a good job, and it's just a good atmosphere at Southern.
That's good.
In the sporting aspect and
That's-
academics as well.
Yeah. Well, before we talk to her, do you want to, is there anything else we need to add? Did we miss anything? I always want to give you
Well,
guys the last opportunity.
I'd like to talk about the players a little bit more, just
All
because
right,
I didn't
let's
get to name drop a little bit.
Yeah, let's give more shots
We've
out.
talked about Kelly and what she's bringing to our program. Kristen Hayes is one of our juniors. She's averaging 13 or 15.3 a game right now.
Wow.
Coming back from an
That's
ACL
some big
tear
numbers.
last year. It's huge for her.
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't get to play any last year. And she's our point guard, and she's just putting up big numbers for us.
Yeah.
And we're better when she's on the floor. We got Rachel Ramey. She's a junior. She is a hard worker. She got her eye busted open last night. She's got 7 stitches. She's a hustler. She's a scrapper.
My.
She plays hard. And she's playing better and better offensively each game.
Yeah.
Kelly Freeman. She's our shooter. Every shooter goes through slumps, and she'll tell you if she sees this. Well, I'm not shooting worth crap right now, but.
Yeah.
Her defense, she has to be on the floor for her defense. She's a
need her.
small guard, but she can put it to people.
What did she say? Give the ball to somebody else in a difficult situation. Let them be the shooter if she's in a slump, or does she?
She still takes them, but she's just she gets down on herself.
Yeah.
Not too bad though. She takes it in stride, so she
That's
does
good.
a good job with that. But she does the small things and makes up for anything that she feels like she's lacking on offense.
Yeah.
She's there to take 2 or 3 charges a game, and that's just huge for us.
Yes.
And then I've got Samantha Parms. Samantha Parms is another guard. She's a great shooter, and she's been coming along. And towards the middle of the season, she's scoring 13 points a game right now for us. So it's good. It's good when you're scoring is spread out like that, and when you've got a different girl that can be a threat every night.
Yeah.
And so. Make sure I got all my starters there. Brianna Lanham, she's our sophomore starter. She's averaging 20 points exactly, 20 points and 16 rebounds right now. I don't know if there's many other girls around here that's putting up numbers like that.
Like that, big
Consistent,
numbers.
yeah, consistently. She's just a scrapper, and she's putting in time. Between practices, she's doing individual lessons. She's doing agilities. She puts in the work.
Yeah.
She's just doing it all, and it shows out on the court.
Yes.
And she's already hit the 1,000 point. She's hit the 500, and she's going to hit 2,000. I'm sure of it before she's done here.
Now, do they give her a ball?
Yeah, we stopped the
ball?
game.
Okay.
Luckily, both of them are at home. We had a bunch of home games at the beginning of the year, so we
Yeah.
had to give her a ball both times.
I think we were there for that
Yeah.
one, so that was exciting.
Yeah, and that just gets their head gets bigger and bigger each time.
Big as the ball.
Yeah,
That's all right. It's
Yeah.
well deserved.
right.
So.
But we've got another junior, Callie Cook. She comes in and gives us good minutes, and she's a team player, and she's a good offensive threat, and she does her job when she's out there. We got a good freshman, Marley Lawson. She gives us good minutes on varsity. She's very athletic. She has great post moves. She's a good defender. She's just got to learn how to play herself into the game.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about that with her. Sometimes she'll come in, she's capable of giving us 15 points a game.
Okay.
But, she's still young, and she still doesn't want to let down the team right now. It's still a big issue with her, and so she'll come in and, sometimes not score any, but she just has to be on the floor every now and then to
Right.
give us, good minutes. And I got Ashlyn Clark. She's an 8th grader, and I've been pulling her off the bench 6-man, just because she dribbles in traffic well, and she's a scorer by nature. And when I put her out there, it's kind of hard with the dynamic. We've got a bunch of guards out there, and just Brianna, which is good sometimes, but she's used to running the point guard spot.
Yeah.
Where we have Kristen Hayes running the point guard spot.
Right.
So she's having to play some different areas, which she's
Yeah.
not comfortable in, but she's still giving us good hard
Right.
minutes. So.
But you know what? I think that's a good learning thing
Yeah.
for her. I mean,
Right.
she's really going to, when you need her, she's going to be able to play any position you're going to want.
Right, yeah, she'll be a big key.
It may not be your favorite, but.
Right. but as an 8th grader coming off the bench
Yeah.
really like that for a good team is huge.
Exactly.
So, and our JV team's been doing really well, and our freshman team's been doing really well. I think that freshman
Yeah.
team's only lost 1 or 2 games.
Oh, that's impressive, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and
Yeah.
JV
That
team.
makes you have to look forward
Oh, yeah.
to what's coming.
Right, it's just
Yeah.
exciting all around. Can't
With
wait.
only one senior, I mean, you hate to lose her. We
always hate to lose our
but,
seniors
yeah.
because they bring maturity level and they bring experience, and
Yes.
you can't replace that.
But it's going to be nice to have not lose like a whole round of starters.
Right,
I mean, you're going to have a group of girls that's used to playing together. So next year will be, you hope, even better.
I mean, we're looking forward to many years to come.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just exciting. I'm excited to
Yeah.
be a part of it.
Now, other than postseason, do you have any games coming up here in the next couple of weeks before we get to February 25th with district play? Do you have any in the next 3 weeks?
We play Tate's Creek on Tuesday, and then we play Model on Friday. But then we play some out of region teams
Okay.
like Bull County and Western Hills. We do play Western Hills too, but Central, we play Central right before districts.
Yeah.
the last game of the season.
Now, what do you think about that? Are the girls nervous, excited? I mean,
everybody that talks to me about it, they're like, why in the world did you do that? And I'm like, well, it kind of just ended up that way this year. But at the same time, it could be good or it could be detrimental. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they win, then we could be fired up about,
going into the tournament.
Right, but it also is, if we were to be lucky enough to win that first game, it's very hard to beat someone twice, back to back.
Yeah.
So there's many factors to that game, but
Is it at home or at Central?
It's at Central this year.
At Central, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I'm sure we'll be there.
Right.
So I'm sure. I'm
Right.
sure. Well, yeah, I don't even know what to
Interview
think about
me
that.
at halftime.
Yeah, I'll interview you at halftime, and then we'll go to Coach
Okay.
Cooksey second. How about that? We're just
That'll
going to
work.
tell him you're going to take second.
That's
You know
fine.
what? He won't care.
That's all right.
He won't care. So, all right. So we'll bring up the senior
Okay.
and look forward to talking to her
Yes.
and get her ideas on the season and post play and
She'll do
anything.
much better than I do up here.
No.
She's composed. She's a good one.
Well, you know what? And I think it's also a good experience for her too, in
is.
case she wants to, be some kind of. She may be on TV someday herself, doing play-by-play. You
I'm
never know.
100% sure that this girl will be successful at whatever she does.
Whatever she
100%.
decides. Yes, exactly. Anything else? Any other shout out?
No, we
need to
appreciate
give?
you guys, filming and your support. So
Well,
thank you.
Listen, we love coming to Southern and we enjoy it, and it's fun to watch.
Yes.
Girls and boys. It's fun.
There's
Yeah,
not
it's
many
good.
districts that get this opportunity, so we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And thanks for being with us today,
All
Coach
right,
Simmons.
thank you.
And you missed watching the UK game. I think they're winning. So,
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
it would
that's
it
always
would
good.
frustrate me anyway, probably.
Yeah, a lot of people,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, thank you again. We
All
look
right.
forward to district play. We look
Yeah.
forward to coming to the last few games of the season. And,
All right.
and we'll be right back with our senior. And thanks for watching MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now. This sports programming is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond. Luxury Pet Service in Richmond. Jack Burford Chevrolet. Faith Created Assembly of God Church. ScenicCabin.com. Linville Insurance. Time Warner Cable. Madison County Schools. Richmond Tourism. ProSigns. CSEP. First Gear. And Rosenbaum Communications.
Welcome back to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. I'm Samantha Burford here with our senior for the Madison Southern Lady Eagles, our only senior, Kelle Scott. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Now,
Thank you.
as a senior, what do you think your role is this year? You got to be excited to be the leader, the only senior. Are you getting a lot of extra attention?
Well, no, I mean, I try to fight off kind of, when people are like, oh, you're the only senior, how
Yeah.
do you feel? I'm just, I'm happy to be playing with the team that we have this year. And, we've done so well this year, and it's been just a great season. And I've really taken on the leadership role of trying to teach the younger girls, I'm not going to be here next year. So, just trying to teach them what you do with the team and how
Yeah.
you get them together and how you get everyone just on the same page and playing together, and how when you're in a tough game, just kind of calm everything down and we'll be all right. So I've really taken on the leadership role, and I've really just had a fantastic time playing with the team we have.
Well, you've got a lot of young women playing. I mean, that's like what Coach Simmons said. You got some sixth graders, and
Yep.
I mean, that's impressive that you're going to be that type of a role model for such young women.
Yeah, it's been such an amazing experience, and our little sixth graders, it's always, you always have someone looking up to you, someone behind you looking at you, and it's just been a great, and trying to build their confidence, and they're trying to get them to play, you're playing high school basketball, and it's so much different than playing in middle school, and the fact they get to experience this and we get to have them on our team is just a great experience for all of us.
Now, did you tell everybody your position that you play?
Oh no, I'm Kelle, by the way. I'm a senior, and I play small forward.
Small forward, okay. Now, are you looking forward to the upcoming Central game, or are you just bypassing that and looking forward to maybe some postseason, or maybe both?
Well, no, we try to take one game at a time.
Okay.
So, we look at our schedule, and at the beginning of the week, we kind of plan everything out. We're playing this here, and we're having practice this day, and so we try to take one game at a time. The Central game is always kind of in the back of our mind because it's a big district rivalry. Yeah,
right.
and we always have a great time playing them, and we've played, the girls for years and all that stuff. And postseason is always exciting. We play our whole season for the postseason, and so we're excited that we drew Berea, and but we're having fun, and we're taking it one game at a time.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure some of the, with postseason or some of the local other schools, you probably know some of the girls on the other teams.
Yes.
How does that play into effect when you're on the court with them?
I mean, we kind of have like a barrier, like superintendent team task force is a thing the school does, and Bailey O'Brien from Central is a part of it, and I'm a part of it, and so we have to talk and kind of communicate there, and I mean, we're real friendly about it and stuff like that, but when we get on the court, it's kind of like competition time.
Right,
I mean, it's
that's
time
basketball
to play,
time.
and,
There's a difference.
Yeah, we're not kind of friends when we're on the court.
Yeah,
We're
but you guys have a
competitors.
lot in common. I mean, as far as when you get off the court.
Yeah, I mean, we all the same age, and we're all kind of, we all have got teams that we have to lead, and we all like to do the same things and all that stuff. So it's fun, but when we get on the court, it's competition time.
Right.
It's time to compete. So
good. Now you're going to go to Eastern this fall.
I am attending EKU. Yes.
And you might as well just spill it and tell everyone you're going to have a tough way to go.
I am. Have chosen not to play any sports at college because I am going to into the bio pre-med field. My ultimate hope is to be an orthopedic surgeon.
Wow.
So to fix little ACLs and stuff, and just get. I really want to work with athletes, and because I just love competition and athletics and all that stuff, and trying to get people back to playing the game that I know I love, and I know that if you ever meet an athlete that they love the game they play, and so. I'm gonna have a lot of studying and things like that, but I'm so excited, and I just would love to do it.
Now, Coach Simmons said you had a player last year on your team that had a torn ACL, correct? Did that inspire you at all to, go into this field?
Oh yeah, well I actually tore my ACL my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's when it really kind of got started. I got into the whole ACLs and surgery and all that stuff, so that was a big thing. And then we had Kristen tear hers last year, which was another experience of her coming to ask me questions, what do I do about this, and all that stuff. And it's been a good experience trying to share my experiences with her and having to lead her through rehab sessions and all that stuff like that. So it really got started there, and I've had just been fun researching it and all that kinds of stuff.
Well, and just one more way that the younger women, you've been a positive role model to them, even through injury. So
yeah, it's great to inspire them any way I can. We hate injuries. I never wished upon anyone, but to have someone you can look to go to, like Coach Simmons tore her ACL, so when I tore mine, I went to her, and it's just good to have someone that's been through the experience that you're going through and know what to say and what to do and all that stuff. So it's been really great.
Now, since you're going to be going to Eastern, do you think you'll try to find some time and go back to catch some Southern girls Lady Eagle basketball?
Oh, of course. Southern will always be home. It will. My little sister's a freshman, and she plays on the basketball team.
So you're going to go to all the games?
Yeah, so I'm going to go to as many games as I can to watch her and watch the team, because I just love my teammates that I play with this year. And it's going to be hard to leave them, but, we all got to grow up. And I'm kind of putting it off. And people are asking me, how do you feel about senior night? Are you going to cry? And I was like, yeah, probably. It's going to be tough leaving the group of girls that we have, because they're just awesome.
Well, Coach Simmons gave you the biggest compliment a few minutes ago and said that no matter which path you choose to go down, that you're always going to be a leader and just a wonderful role model, and you're going to succeed in everything you do.
Yeah, me and Coach have been together 4 years now. 4 or 5, yeah. A long time, it feels like. It's been a long time. And she's been a great role model to me, and she's helped me grow so much, not only in the game of basketball, but in the game of life, really. She's taught me a lot of life lessons that I'm going to take with me wherever I go. And it's just been great to have her and her experience and kind words and all.
Well, that's very kind of you, because I know she'll appreciate it, and I think that's one of her goals, is to be a role model as well, and to be a wonderful coach. So
she is.
To have her players say that about her, that's a very positive experience. So that's good. Any shout outs you want to give before we end our interview?
Thank you guys for coming to our games. We love to have you you guys always draw big crowds. Apparently, I don't know, it's something about you because you're a good little
Hey, well,
charm.
that's good. That's good.
We love to have you guys. The girls on the basketball team, I mean, all my teammates, they're just amazing girls. We work so hard. All the fans that come out and really get to see that. You know, we're having a great season this year, and I'm just so excited to finish it out strong with the girls and, I mean, have a good time. And hopefully, you know, we become maybe the winningest team to ever play at Madison Southern. That would be an honor to have that accomplishment. And
It would be.
it's going to be a great end of the year, and it's going to be sad to leave.
I'm sure it will be. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Good luck. I mean, the next 4 years. No, you're going to have more than 4 years.
Yeah,
So, you know,
school.
this going to Eastern and then med school, it's going to be, you're going to do well. But it will be a challenge, and you're going to love every minute of it.
Yes, I love challenge.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to be following you now, so make sure you come back and see us as well as we want to see you, okay?
I'll be there.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank
we
you
want to
for
thank
having
you
me.
for being with us. And for all the other coaches' shows or anything else that you want to see, go to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com, and thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now. This sports programming is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond. Luxury Pet Service in Richmond. Jack Burford Chevrolet. Faith Created Assembly of God Church. ScenicCabin.com. Linville Insurance. Time Warner Cable. Madison County Schools. Richmond Tourism. ProSigns. CSEP. First Gear. And Rosenbaum Communications. Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter. Or like us on Facebook, MCS TV. And of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.